My name is Nathan Winch. I'm an environmental science and policy major with a concentration in politics and policy. In my opinion, probably the environment trumps everything in a sense, you know. It's the biggest issue we're facing of our generations. I've always had an interest in protecting the environment and species and all these things, and I took a course in high school on AP environmental science, and I did really well, and I realized that was a field I wanted to go into.
Yeah, he's always had an interest in the outdoors, even when he was young. So we lived near the C&O Canal, and he spent a lot of time exploring that area. He was on the crew team, so he spent a lot of time in the water in the Potomac and a lot of different places. He and his brother hiked the Appalachia Trail, so they did part of that as well. So he's always had an interest in nature and the environment and environmental concerns. His father's a labor organizer, and I run a nonprofit media group, but I've been involved with a lot of different causes over the years, both nationally and at the state level. So he's been with us, you know, on a lot of these activities and things that we've done since he's been very young. So he sort of grew up in that atmosphere.
Yeah, I think my mom and her work has definitely influenced me and wanted to do like a nonprofit side. But then again, like I'm still deciding whether to go nonprofit or organizationally or working within the government. So those are kind of the two arenas people can work in this field.
He did spend time in Montana working, I guess it was like a 3-month trip where he studied the environment, and I think he got exposure to a lot of different ideas, and I know they had met with different people when they were out there.
I think that was a really like formative time for me. I was out there in the field and I was talking to all these people from both sides of issues, like the people who worked at a coal mining power plant, and then we would talk to the activists, and then kind of opened my eyes up to both sides of every issue. Well, I expect it to rain, looking at the forecast, but yeah, I hope a lot of people show up. You know, I don't expect anything huge out of it other than like kind of recognition that a lot of people care about this issue.
A true nation of makers, doers, agents of change. We start by prioritizing funding for hands-on STEM experiences for our youth, by supporting the arts and creative thinking as a key component to inventing our future.
I actually have high hopes for this generation. I see a lot of activism coming out of this generation, that they see issues that need to be addressed, and they sort of take those on, and they're willing to, you know, get involved and make a difference.
I thought the march was amazing, even though it was kind of crappy weather out. Still, thousands of people showed up. I think it really showed how much promise this country has when we come together and rally around a cause. Yeah, I think it's going to be real big things in our future.
I think our role is to be leaders to the next generation coming up, you know, get involved in local politics and really change the way we're doing things, you know, at the grassroots level. We only have one planet, so I think it's our job as stewards to protect the planet, whether that means through advocating for science funding or just informing people that climate change is a real threat that we face. I think our generation can be the ones to finally go green.